You're in a rush to avoid a misstep here, Aries. Good news, Spirit is coming through strong to support your actions. Hey Aries, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is a timeless reading for Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or wherever Aries falls in your chart. Crosswatchers are also welcome. My intention for this reading is to help you come into better alignment with your highest good in this moment. First out, we have the Fool in reverse, the Knight of Swords in reverse. There's some sort of rush in order to avoid a misstep. You have a hint, someone gave you a hint, or you heard a rumor or something, and you don't want to fall off a cliff, metaphorically speaking. So because of this little piece of information that you've gleaned somehow, you've decided that it's imperative to rush into action, take some sort of really important action. I think you're not even really sure of the details here. The Knight of Swords reversed rushes to action without much information. The Fool reversed is telling me this is motivated by not wanting to trust something, feeling like you can't trust something, so you have to act. Let's see the challenge. Seven of Swords reversed, some sort of revelation. Okay, so it's either that the revelation inspired you to take this action, someone revealed some information to you, or you discovered it, or the action that you're taking is to try to uncover some important information. If it's the latter, then you're suspicious of some sort of wrongdoing or someone keeping secrets, someone lying to you. Your focus, we have death energy. This is a major ending, something that needs to metaphorically die and fade into the background of your life, fade into the past. It's possible that you're wanting to, you're wanting to avoid danger here. You're wanting to avoid an ending. It's also possible that you're really angry about whatever information you've learned that's causing you to leap into action in such a rushed manner, and you're wanting to bring a swift end to something. Like nip it in the bud, and let's say this thing that you're trying to reach is represented by a plant. You want to pluck that plant out of the ground, make sure all the roots are gone, toss it in the fire and watch it burn. You want a swift ending and a complete ending. Let's see what led up to this in the recent past. Knight of Cups in reverse. Well, I feel like this is related to that suspicion of lying or wrongdoing or withholding information, because the Knight of Cups in reverse is someone who, on the surface, appears very heartfelt, appears very genuine. They know all the right things to say, but there's not necessarily much to back it up. Their true intentions could be something very different, could be something very self-serving, or it might just be hollow. They might just be going through the motions. If this is a relationship read for you, the energies might apply to a romance, I see this shaping up as someone who cheated and tried to cover it up with romantic gestures towards you, and you found out, or you have suspicion, and so you're trying to investigate, or you're trying to act on the information that you've just gleaned to bring a swift ending. probably to the relationship. Show me why this is all happening. Star in reverse. Something's getting in the way of your dreams. Something is like holding you back from pursuing the vision that you have for your life, like your life's purpose, sort of big picture energy. You may have felt lately like you had to hold back, you had to play small, and you're not going to put up with that anymore. And part of the reason why you're being kind of nudged or guided into this circumstance is so that your reaction to the circumstance puts you on a better path toward your destiny, toward what's the most important thing for you. And I suspect whatever it is you're involved in at the present, not across your entire life, but there's something related to what we've just been talking about that's not meant to be in your life. It's not part of your life's purpose. It's not part of your destiny. And part of the reason that you're going through this is to bring that to the surface so that it's obvious, it's glaringly obvious, staring you in the face, and it's unavoidable. Like, you have to act on it. In the near future, we have Hierophant energy. This is potentially legal action. If justice comes out, I was just checking to see if justice happened to be at the bottom of the deck, but it's the Page of Swords at the bottom. If justice comes out in the remainder of this reading, I will say definitely that there's potential for some legal action or discussion or consideration of such. The Hierophant itself is more about institutional regulation, the way that society expects us to behave, following the rules, the way it should be done, right? So it could be like putting things right or notifying authorities of wrongdoing. It could be just mentioning some legality, like, okay, well, I caught you cheating, and on the terms of our lease, I have the right to X, Y, and Z, like referencing something legal in order to give your own argument like a stronger stance. Like, hey, reminder, I have the law on my side, sort of energy. What is going to impact this situation that Aries doesn't see coming? Page of Wands in reverse. You might lose interest all of a sudden. You might get so far down in this rabbit hole to a point where you're just like, you know what? I'm actually done. If that's the case, I feel like it's meant to end at some point. Trust your own feelings. I'm not predicting that you will lose interest. I'm saying for some of you, that's what's indicated by this card. Just a heads up or a hint that if you investigation, you get to a certain point, you discover certain levels of the truth, and then you say, I've lost my interest. This doesn't I don't feel passionate about pursuing this anymore. And it could come at a very inopportune moment, like you're just about to get to what you were seeking, and then you're like, oh, you know what? Forget it. So if that's the case, that's what this represents. If you don't feel that way, then this is representing someone else losing interest in something. Someone else saying, you know what? F it. I'm done. And that would hit you as a surprise if it were someone that you expected to be contending with you or acting very strongly on their passions. They're just going to, I don't know. I don't think I'm not picking up on what's going to happen. I'm more picking up on what's not going to happen. It's going to surprise you that something doesn't happen. So it's either you losing interest and not continuing on your investigative efforts, or someone else that you're contending with here dropping their curiosity, dropping their interest, dropping their passion. You're like, I thought that this was really important to them, and I thought that they would just keep going and going and going, but they're going to be like, bounce. Your hopes and fears, we have the Eight of Wands. So this Knight of Swords energy that we started off with is you learning a piece of information and being motivated by that in order to pursue some sort of deeper truth, right? So your hope is based on that piece of information and this sense of momentum that you have now, the sense of importance in what you're doing. You want that to continue. Part of you really like wants momentum on your side so that like the snowball falling down the hill is just like because it has momentum, because it's rolling forward of its own kind of mass and gravity or whatever that equation is, then it works in your favor, because once the ball rolls down the hill, it will smash apart the thing that needs to be smashed. So you want momentum on your side, right? This Eight of Wands energy, like a flurry of action. Action begets more action. But on the other hand, part of you is afraid of this. Like maybe you don't know exactly where it's going to end up. You don't know if it's going to take you down with it. You don't know like a lot about the scenario. So part of you is like, and I think it's like this very subconscious part, because your energy feels very single-minded right now, very all-encompassed with this piece of information that you have. It's like, I must act. I must get to the truth here. But there's a nagging, like, subconscious part of you that's like, what happens when I get there? Or what happens if I make a big mess trying to get to the truth and I don't get there? Let's see where this all ends up. How does this energy resolve based on Aries' current trajectory? You are you are victorious, and you have the Sun energy with you. It's going to turn out real well for you. So you're on the right track. Make sure you continue to listen to your intuition and follow it. I would say don't necessarily change any of your plan based on this reading, because this is showing you as the victor. You go to battle in whatever metaphorical sense that makes sense for your situation. You come back. The people who are relevant to the situation recognize that you did a great job, that you got the job done. They're grateful and thankful, and they're celebrating you in some way. And then that leads to like an easing up of tensions with this free as a bird sort of energy. This, all right, now that I've got that out of the way, I can see the landscape in front of me. I can see where my path can lead. And it's sunshiny energy. It's bright, happy, cheerful energy. So you feel more optimistic. You feel like you can go out and get whatever you want. I do really feel in this instance, it's less about the opportunities that might be presented to you because of your victory. And it's more about this like boon of feeling fortunate, feeling blessed, feeling like invincible. It's that sort of energy. I beat this dragon and now I'm invincible sort of energy. You're going to be feeling really good. And I think rightfully so. Let's see what advice we have for Aries. How can Aries best harness this energy for their greater good? Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I would say this is like play your cards close to the vest here. Don't expose whatever your plan is to everyone. Keep it quiet. Because if you have an opportunity here to be victorious, right? If you describe what you're doing to everyone that you come across, they could influence the situation and change the outcome before you have a chance to get to this victory that's indicated. So I would say that's the most likely interpretation for your situation. The advice being Ace of Pentacles reversed. Now, if by any chance someone comes in and offers you something as you're going about this, before this resolves, the advice is to not take the offer. Let's say you are hiring a private investigator to follow someone to see if they're cheating. If someone says, hey, I know a guy, let me give you their number, this might be an indication that that's not the right person to hire, or maybe hiring a PI isn't the right move. Like, if it's offered to you, like from an external source saying, hey, here's this thing that might help you along your journey, it's just not for your highest good. You could have a better outcome if you decline the offer. So Aries, I hope this helps. I'm going to leave the reading here. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you back next time.